It's me, SP, and Nev is the man behind the blue wall. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Vic Spencer. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am perking right along. I am so excited to do this interview. I can't even tell you how excited I am.
That's what I'm
So,
talking
first, I guess we'll start off with just the softball, kind of get us in the mood. Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, east side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Technically the south side of Chicago, but
Hmm.
east side of Chicago, east side all day.
So, how did that impact your music?
Being from the east side, like we got a lot of it's like a pot of gumbo. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
common sense, common grew up
Hmm.
on the east side of Chicago. G Herbo grew up on the east side of Chicago. So, you know what I'm saying? It's more like, it's scattered everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's like all of us have our own styles. And from one spectrum, you'll get, you know, hip hop. And then on the other spectrum, you'll get drill. And, you'll get in something in between. You know what I'm saying? But we all got room at the table. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, as long as you're being yourself, you can sit at the table because it's always going to be options. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to want to try this kind of music. Somebody's going to try
Hmm.
this kind of music. So I would say the east side of Chicago groomed some real rounded MCs, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
also some young rappers such as like G Herbo, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And Lil Bibby, they from the east side of Chicago as well.
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So all over, you know what I mean? The east side of Chicago got a diverse list of musicians that get crazy.
What made you decide to have a career in music?
Well, I was living in the group home. I used to want to be a basketball player, and I always was dipping and dabbing and rapping. So once I went into this group home, and they took away like my movement and everything, me moving around to get to different like basketball camps and all of the stuff that I was part of at the time. Uh, they kind of like shut me down. So I had to
Mhm.
figure out something else to get involved in, and I was always dipping and dabbing in the music, so I just started turning in on the music, and then I kind of found a craft, found a comfort zone. So that's what made me wanted to go full fledged with it.
What age were you when you went into um, the group home?
Uh, I don't know how old I was, but I know it was in 95. 95. I started going in group homes in 95. I went to three of them from 95 to 99.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Um, so from 95 to 99, what led up to that?
Uh, I mean, I was just in there crafting, you know what I'm saying, going hard in the paint, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I was I didn't have like no means to record or like no studio equipment and stuff like that. So I was using karaoke machines and maxi singles I would buy from Coconuts, and I would just be rapping one takes on cassettes. And my peers that was in the group home with me, they kind of like seen me doing that, and they started rapping with me. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
people started like the higher ups in the group home started to see the impact that I was having in regards to leadership for me and my peers, and they kind of like gave me an opportunity to kind of make money and travel over or all across the country performing. Like the group home signed me, you know what I'm saying? That was like my
Wow.
first record label, you know what I'm saying? I was in a group called Ulick Voices, and we would go, it was four of us, and we would go all across the country, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
performing at like different group homes and different conference forums, foster care forums. And, you know, it was all like positive music, no swearing and all of that. But, you know what I'm saying, that was like my real first taste of like being comfortable in the studio and around like professional recording, and the CDs was sent through disc makers. Like that was my first, you know what I'm saying? It's my first taste of business, you know what I'm saying? And being actually doing the music and getting paid for it, you know what I'm saying? So it was
Mm-hmm.
that's what, you know, the being in the system, being in the, you know, award of the state and being in group homes kind of took advantage of like stuff that they had, or you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
people would put me on to stuff because they seen me wanting to flourish. So it's always been like that when you like, especially young black man, when people see a young black man helping himself, a lot of other black men help come in and help as well. You know what I'm saying? Be like an
Mm-hmm.
entertain. So that's kind of like what happened to me. And I just took all the opportunities and ran with it. So, you know what I'm saying? The group home is actually what enhanced my rapping abilities and my career.
Yeah. Um, when people think that you're just coming out, but
Uh-huh.
what year did you actually come out?
I would want to say 2010. I want to
Yeah.
say 2010. Vic Green Thumbs, when I dropped a mixtape called Vic Green Thumbs. It's on that Piff right now. And
Mm-hmm.
it had I had just turned 30, and I had 30 artists. I mean, I had 30 tracks on it. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
had co-produced a lot of these records. And it was like my first step, you know what I'm saying, of being in the game. Now, Fake Shore Drive, shout out to Drew. He uh he helped me drop my first album called
Mm-hmm.
Vic's Megorium Hip Hop's Emporium. That was like
Mm-hmm.
in like oh nine. That was like 2009. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I still was like getting hated on, or I probably was considered like way trash, you know what I'm saying, then people might think that I'm trash now. I probably was way trasher than that. You know what I'm saying? So uh
It was.
that
It was.
album didn't
It,
really do well. That album didn't do well, although it was produced by guys that produced by for Schoolboy Q right now, like Nez and Rio. They produced my whole first album, and now they with TDE producing records for Kendrick and producing records for Schoolboy Q and the Absol. So you know what I'm saying. You can already sense the ability to the will to win. Even though I might have been trash, I still had the will to win and still wanted to make like mad Barcelona plays. You know what I'm saying? Hearing me over Nez and Rio beats at that time was phenomenal.
well, I listened to that album and I disagree.
I was
I
on there
dis I
freestyling
disagree
crazy.
completely
And
with
they
that.
got Vic Mensa on there. Like it got Vic Mensa on there. Big homie Doe, who is King Louis' manager. He don't rap no more, but he's rapping on there. Knowledge from Kids in the Hall. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that really like he the one that really found me in the underground scene. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I feel like if it wasn't for being down with Knowledge in the Brainiac Society, I wouldn't I wouldn't have a spot in the underground scene. He was like one of the first believers in Vic Spencer outside of myself. Like he's like, Vic, I get it. He always said that. Vic, I get it. Everybody else don't get it, but I get it. I get it, Vic. And so shouts to Knowledge from Kids in the Hall, man.
So Vic,
I get it too.
nobody.
I really got it because when I listen to you, I get a Sean Price kind of feel,
Yeah,
but in my head, I hear a whole lot of Redman.
yeah, Yeah.
It
Those are my
because
idols.
even though the subject matter is serious, it sounds like you are having so much fun.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that is how Redman sounds to me. Like he's just having a party in the studio. And that is how you sound to me. I get
Yeah.
that kind of vibe from you.
Yeah. Redman and Sean Price are some of my idols, some of my top 5 artists, dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? Like Redman and Sean Price, they go neck to neck for the #1
Mm-hmm.
spot all the time in my head. You know what I'm saying? And I always like those guys inspired me when I was first coming up. Them guys, you know what I'm saying? I look to they style of rapping, the clothes
Mm-hmm.
they wore. Like those are the guys I idolized. You know what I'm saying? Like Redman, definitely I idolized him wearing Timbs and triple fat goose and big headphones back in the day and having an afro back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the blunted charm, a blunt leaf charm like that. Like I idolized Redman a lot when it came to style in the '90s. I idolized
Mm-hmm.
Sean Price for the wittiness and the bar play and he made you always want to like roof bowling balls to the Sears Tower type. That's the type of
Yeah.
vibes I get from Sean Price, and I always wanted to like have like impactful music like that. So those are the guys that I would, you know what I'm saying? Like I know like I'm the biggest Sean Price fan. I'm the biggest Redman fan. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've collected all of their work and to the point where, you know, I got songs with Sean Price now, and I had a FaceTime conversation with Redman. I've been trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a Redman feature for a while now, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna manifest it tonight. We're gonna make it happen tonight.
Already. I listened the first song I heard from your discography was Visionware.
Wow. Psychological
And
Retreat Part 2.
I was like, oh shit, this is just bar after bar after bar. No hook, no nothing. It was just bar, 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 just slapping you all across the head.
Yeah.
What, how did that come about? Because it just seemed like you were just like, fuck it, I'm going all in on this shit.
It was the track. Like a lot of times the production. Shout out to August Fanon who produced Visionware. The production is what really gets me. You know what I'm saying? If that
Yeah.
like wins me over, like 9 times out of 10, I won't stop rapping to create a hook. I just keep going. Like it ain't no rules anyway. I'm gonna just give them 40 bars right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was the lead single from that album. And I shot the video in front of the third group home that I entered, or inside. I had access the whole
Mhm.
day to the group home, but I went back to the third group home that I lived in and shot the Visionware video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like full circle for me. You know what I'm saying? So Visionware is one of those songs. When I first heard the beat, I was like, "Ah, man, I'm going to go in. It's going to be half retrospective and half bar play." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about how my life was rough and be real about it, but
Mhm.
also going to talk about how I can see my future and I see a bright future for me.
It was so grimy. I was just like, ugh. I love that song. The beat was it was kind of, when I first heard the beat, I was like, how you gonna rap on this? And then when you came in, it was like bam, bam, bam. I was like, oh yes, yes.
Yeah, that's one of them
Yeah,
ones.
that was fire.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
haven't heard him, start with Visionware, and
Mhm.
you will go down the rabbit hole of Big Spencer, because that song was so fire.
Thank you. Thank you. I like that
It
joint a
really
lot too.
was.
Thank you.
Um, so okay, let's just say if you weren't doing music professionally,
Mhm.
what career would you do?
I would be I'll be playing basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I don't feel like I can hoop no more. You know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
but I would work hard to get myself to a point where I would be a basketball star if I wasn't doing this, or I'll be doing what I'm doing now as far as like my working career. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
youth advocate. Um, I've been a youth advocate for at this specific job for the past 13 years, 14 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been mentoring youth for the past 30 years. It's close to 30 years. Ever since I was 15 years old, so almost 25 years
Oh
I've
wow.
been putting in working with the youth.
Um, did you go to college?
Yes, graduated from a community college. I graduated from Harold Washington College, downtown
Okay.
Chicago, in 2015. Well, no, not 2015, 2005. I graduated Harold Washington College in 2005. That was yeah. I got my associates in like journalism. That was like in the arts, and then I was doing a lot of journalism classes and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's what I was doing in my college days and blazing up.
I always think it's dope because I you hear so often about people putting down folks who actually have a brain. And I always say you can not only be dope, but you can be dope and smart. You don't necessarily have to just be, on
Hmm.
just dumb it down for the public, because there's a lot of people who are actually smarter than you give them credit for. And I
Absolutely.
think that's always a big thing to highlight is you guys are putting together this music. You guys are putting together these bars. Sentence structure is a bitch. And you have to have some form of thought process in order to do that. It's a skill. It's not just something you do.
That's a fact.
So I was going to ask you about some of your highlights in the music, but you mentioned Sean Price. What was when you finally got a chance to work with Sean Price, knowing how much you adored him? Um, what was that like for you?
It's just like if somebody was a fan of Hove and Hove called their phone, it was just like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
called me out of the blue, like I was smoking weed in the crib. He called me, like he DM'd me and asked me for my number, and he called me like 3 hours later. He said he'd been listening to my music and I inspired him. I was just blown away. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You would never think like an artist like Sean Price would that got respect for not liking people to actually big up an artist such as myself. I was still a nobody when it happened, and it was just like, man, it blew me away. It showed me that I really was working hard, and I really manifest. Because I think I had like maybe like a year before that, or 2 or 3 years
Mm-hmm.
before that, I had made like a freestyle, and I said I'm gonna be on records with Sean Price, and it was like I was like, dang, it happened. So I was just like, wow, and being on the phone with him and talking to him and just having day-to-day conversations with him just about
Mm-hmm.
life, and he was just like on some funny. He's funny as hell. He's a funny ass. He's funny as hell. He's more like a comedian, like outside of the rap for me. You know what I'm saying? Like just having those moments with him was just, you know what I'm saying, like the past, but before he passed out, we had like 4 years of just building and creating together. And I'm on his
Mm-hmm.
albums, he on my albums. Like he's like the first guy that had the stature that gave me a chance to be on his album. Like a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
you would see artists on my albums. You will see like a lot of like big names and or names that's blowing up on my albums, but you never see my name on their albums. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
Sean Price took that. I remember the first time he called me. It was actually the last song. The first song that we did together is the last song that he put out. The Lord Have Mercy joint. You know what I'm saying? Off the
Yeah,
record.
that's what I was. I listened to
That's the
Lord
very
Have
first
Mercy.
song we recorded. Like that's the very first song we recorded. You know what I'm saying? I remember he called me to jump on that record. Like I would live like 10 minutes from the studio. You know what I'm saying? He called me late as hell. I was in the bed with my
Hmm.
wife. Called me late as hell. You know what I'm saying? Vic, man, I need a verse. I jumped up out the bed and went to the studio. Luckily, my engineer was in the studio. Shouts to Dr. Mindbender. That's my brother. He was in the studio. He's like, man, Vic, you got to call Sean Price. That mean get up here. So I zoomed to the studio, recorded the verse. By the time he heard the verse, I was back home in the bed. He's like, yo, son, yeah, that's what I needed right there. That's what I'm talking about. So I was happy to be able to please my idol. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I always big myself up for having one of my idols inspired by me. Like I big myself up on that. Like Sean
As
Price,
you should, as
yeah,
you should. God damn it.
yeah. So Sean Price is a huge. Thanks to Sean Price, you know what I'm saying, showing that love and actually really liking my music. It was a huge. It did something to me internally. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying. So you know, it wasn't about no having no cosign from a hardcore artist. It was more so it did a lot more for me because I became a way better MC after that.
And y'all have similar vocalizations. When I listen to Sean Price because of the he had his voice was unique, and your voice is really unique on an album. And I love just going through your catalog, and I was like, oh, this is different. Oh, this is different. Everything hit different, and you blended into different styles. You did a song with Rock Marcy and Ransom,
Yeah.
and there was no drums, but you flowed so fire on that song. The song is Charter Members. Y'all need to check that sucker out because
Mm.
god damn, that was some fire.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by that Barcelona wave, man. I always think of the unthinkable. Like when you look back in history, neither of those guys are on the same track until that moment. So I was the
Hmm.
first person to do that. So I big myself up, take pride in that too. You know what I'm saying?
Who did the production for that? It
Original Super
sounds like
Legends.
rock.
Charter members produced by Original Super Legends, Legend Laws of Power, the
Oh,
album out
okay.
right now. So Super Legend did that entire album, and that was the like the icing on the cake for the album, having them guys on there. Like those are top tier MCs at the top of their game right now. And here is Vic Spencer with both of them on the record. So it's just like it says a lot about who I am as an MC and how I stand in the game and how I'm respected in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. Because you also did Right Corner Pilot.
Uh
Ah, that was another one that was like, how did that happen?
Rome Streets, UFO Thief, and me, right? I think that's the three
Not
of us on
that
the joint.
that was 38 Special.
38 special. Well, yeah, that's the 38. That's the thousand word. That's the
Yeah.
my homie Thousand Words album. Shout out to Thousand Words. He put together a compilation that was produced entirely by 38 Special,
Mhm.
and he put us three artists on that record. And you know, I didn't know those guys was gonna be on there, but I knew that I was gonna be on the compilation. So it was just like, man, let me bring my best game possible. You know what I'm saying? When you go on posse cuts, when you on cuts with other artists, you supposed to, you know, here's this part of the entree. It's like a dish. It's like a
Mhm.
dish. Somebody brought you a dish and they got three different types of food on the dish. You're gonna eat this one first. Well, me, I eat all my food separately. I don't mix it all up. I eat this first, I eat this second, I eat this third. And that's how I look at that record. Like, you know what I'm saying? Rome Streets. Shouts to my brother Rome Streets doing crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And he came in, did his thing, UFO feed. You know what I'm saying? Also, another threat in the game, like he a beast. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
And he under the Fat Joe Terror Squad imprint. So we all everybody's doing and you know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their thing, man, and showing out and showing up. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
involved. Like as a 40-year-old MC, you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to take pride in being in these shadows of the young guys that's after me doing the same thing as me. I love to blend in with those guys and show that I'm not just the cobweb MC. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here fresh, no need, no refurbished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just as good as everybody else. So yeah.
And to be honest, you weren't in the background. You stood out on those records. Your voice is spectacular. I don't know if anybody's ever said that, but your voice is special. I love hearing you rap.
Thank you. Thank you. I've heard that a lot. Like a lot of people say my accent beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, how I bring my tone and how I space words and stuff like that. I hear that a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's done on purpose. Like I tend to use my regular voice when I'm rapping. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like my voice too. I listen to myself like I ain't myself, like I ain't me, like I ain't Big Spencer. I make the music like that on purpose because I'd be like, yeah, if I didn't listen to music, I mean, if I didn't do music and this Vic Spencer person wasn't
Mhm.
me, I would be head over heels over this guy.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's how I make that's how I make music. That's exactly how I want to do it. That's exactly, you know what I'm saying? I want to make that kind of impact on people.
So you had another record, We Mobbing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was higher. Your verse on that was stupid. What your verse on that was straight stupid. What happened? How,
Well,
how did you and Fleet Lloyd and Reef Hustle actually end up on the same record together?
Flea Lord was doing a project with Peter Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? I got ties with the Lord Mob. So it, you
Mhm.
know, Flea Lord reached out, was like, man, I need something. And I gave him something, gave him a 10-piece spicy real quick. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
real quick.
He's like, man, Reef already was on it, so I already rock with Reef. That's my
Yeah.
man, Grant. So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I fit right in. You know what I'm saying? I thought Fleet Lord was gonna rap on there, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He got the ad libs on there, so it's it's cool.
And
You know
your ad libs are I listened to one of your albums and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
all your ad libs was just like grunts, and I was like, it was just like I was like, I don't know what made him come up with that, but it seemed like at the end of every verse, it was just like a grunt on the end of it. I was like, oh, your voice is truly an instrument.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's done on purpose. So you know what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. That's
Well,
why I
it
can't
works.
rap over drumless beats or crazy unorthodox beats. So I can add to it. You know what I'm saying. It still
Hmm.
got to be fire, but you know what I mean. I'm adding to it, not just rhymes, but my voice is the instrument. You know what I'm saying. Plays like a great dusty bass on the instrument. You know what I'm saying. On the instrumental. So yeah, absolutely. That's done on purpose.
But you do it well.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So what are some of the what are some of the pitfalls you hit in your career? Um, being that you came out so long ago, and what are some of the pitfalls maybe that people can avoid that you hit?
Man, I would say my Twitter. My Twitter got me in a lot of trouble. Um,
Really?
yeah, I feel like my Twitter and like I used to be very vocal about what artists I don't like. Like I used to
Mm-hmm.
just be up right out, just like I don't blah blah blah. And I feel like the just like the world's so sensitive now, you can't be like that. And I learned the hard way. I feel like those uh several tweets that I made in the past was my pitfall. It's been my pitfall. It's been
Mm-hmm.
like a sign of people not rocking with me, or they feel like I'm hating, or you know what I'm saying, and not giving, they don't want to be like, if you seen shitting on me on Twitter or on a social media site, then and you
Mm-hmm.
see me doing well in the same instance, you can't
Mm-hmm.
go and root for me again. You can't root for me. You know what I'm saying? You got to stick with what you did, and I feel like that's a pitfall for me. You know what I'm saying? That there's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people that respect me, who I am as an MC, and love what the music that I'm doing, but they won't never tweet about me or tweet about it because they've been seen, you know what I'm saying, disliking whatever I'm doing, or found like if I made an opinion about an artist and they like that artist, they gon', you know what I'm saying, be like, oh man, I don't rock with him no more because he don't
Mm-hmm.
like that artist. Like, so I learned that my Twitter can get me into trouble and get people to not fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Just for
Yeah.
being real. Just for being real. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I learned that's probably the biggest pitfall of my career. I feel like I'll be well off if I ain't let people know how I felt about certain rappers, or you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
had certain beefs on the internet and stuff like that. I think that those things hindered me in a way, but I didn't do it for the publicity. I didn't do any of that for that to happen. I didn't think that was going to be the domino effect. I just thought that people was going to be like, man, yeah, Vic is a rebellious MC. He ain't going to
Mm-hmm.
back down. He real as hell. That's what I was thinking it's going to be, but it's less of that and more of Vic is a hater.
Yeah,
So, you
well,
know
it's
what I'm saying?
mostly because um, society is pussies right about now. They
Pure
they
vagina, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, they take they take critique as criticism,
Right.
and everybody's not gonna like the same thing, you
Yeah.
know. And I don't understand why people get all in their feelings like they getting a check from somebody because you don't like the artist that they like.
Right.
At least you didn't get banned by like Talib Kweli. At least you never got banned or anything, right? Like Talib Kweli is blacklisted off of Twitter.
Yeah,
So
no, I
that's
don't think he
thank
got that
goodness.
far because he was old. I mean, I don't even know the stuff that he did because I don't follow him on social media, but just his name, when you bring his name up on social media, is always in some shit. And I feel like that's what people would say about me. Like, yeah, every
Mm-hmm.
time I see Vic Spencer name, it's always in some shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what hindered my career, like coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like me having the beef with Mick Jenkins, man, shouldn't have never happened. But you know what I'm saying? He just didn't mind his business, and I wasn't gonna let him do that. I wasn't gonna let him shit on me on the internet. So I
Yeah.
think that
And
like a
here we
situation
are.
like that, yeah, I
Here we
feel like
are.
a situation like that is what is a pitfall. That's a pitfall because I've
Mhm.
seen a lot of people change like how they think about me because of that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
switch up
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah,
Because
like
people,
you know, and switching sides and choosing sides, like people that I put on. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Is choosing sides, choosing his side. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he'll tell you himself that he started it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was gonna end it. You know what I'm saying? So you can start it. I was going I
And that
blacked
you
out on
did.
it.
And that you did. So do you think like now the music is what you have to use? You have to use the music, the work ethic, the consistency to kind of overcome all of that in the past?
Yeah, I feel like my consistency is huge on my success. It made a huge impact on what's going on right now. Like, because people actually see that I wasn't out here under the publicity stunt. That's because that's what people thought, like, oh man, this is a new guy. Who is
The
this? You know what
clout
I'm saying?
chasing. They thought you were clout
Yeah.
chasing.
So when you really see that I put in like mad work and you see it's like authenticated and everything, it's taken serious, then it's like, oh yeah. And I feel like that's why that battle didn't continue because people caught on to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? People went back and looked at my YouTube videos and looked up the cost of victory and seen the relapse numbers went up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this
Mhm.
dude really can rap. So I'm here. I am thinking that he clout chasing, trying to make diss records about people that's on. He actually can. Wow, I actually hate him for doing the diss records. He should have just kept rapping. I felt like I would have liked him and Mick Jenkins. You know, there was a lot of people saying that. And when you get that when you get that, that mean that the artist that you going against, he don't want you to. This like you stepping on toes, like you hustling on somebody's block. Now I'm getting
Mhm.
your fans turned, that your fans turning on you and listening to my shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to keep that up. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it was. I feel like when pitfalls, when stuff like that happen, and consistency, all of that stuff plays a major role because people will automatically assume that that's what you own. You a cloud chaser or you just looking
Mhm.
for attention. I didn't even I didn't make no promotions of my albums or none of that during that time. I just
Mhm.
put out the diss records and promoted those because that's what real MCs do. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you in a battle with rappers, that's why I feel like Ether is better than Takeover because Ether got jokes, it's serious, it's hard body. Like you're supposed to get people to laugh. Like when you going
Mhm.
against somebody, that's like the number one thing. You get people to laugh. You know what I'm saying? How he responded to this record that I had towards him, he didn't make people laugh. He made
Mhm.
people wonder, you know what I'm saying? Why did he choose the beat that he rapped on? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
I
bust your
was gonna
head.
ask
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
I was gonna
You
ask
are
you
funny.
why. What made you diss him? Because
You
I
know,
had listened. I had went in and I listened to it. And I was like, oh, and then I went and I was like, oh. So now I see.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever now. But you know what I'm saying? That's why it's easy for me to talk about it. But it was just like it was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, man, looking at it all unfold, people really like I really lost some friendships. I really lost some connections doing
Yeah.
that.
But
You know what I'm
people
saying?
people looked at people people I think he thought he was punching down and he didn't know that your your skill level you punching up. You're not punching down.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going in. Well, man. Like I roast people. Like me and my homies, we be roasting people. We got the jokes. So you know what I'm saying? It was easy for me to make people laugh. I feel like that's what people want to do when it's the controversy in it. You in it to win it. Like in that situation, like shit, you know what I'm saying? You going in for the kill. The going in for the kill is making people laugh.
And we grew up in the time where roasted is what you did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all you did. You sit on the porch and play. We used to sit on the porch and play dominoes and roast everybody walking down the street. That's what we did.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people think all of a sudden now that we forgot how to do this. And they try you. They try you. And then when you swat them, then they like, oh, he hating.
That's basically what happened to me. That's
what happened to me. They hating on me. You just
that's what happened.
You just punched wrong. You punched in the wrong direction. It's people you go after, and it's people you leave the hell alone.
Me, I'm the person you should leave alone. I tell people that leave me alone, man, because when I'm bothered, I go in for the kill.
Amen.
Ain't no stopping either. Like, you know what I'm saying? I warned you. So now you got to pay for my warning and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. You get one warning.
I started the rap battles. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to rap battle on Twitter. He wanted to do that. But I wasn't going to go. Nah, I went to the booth. People gave me beats to kill him purposely. That was fun. I was off the Saveca. I was drinking cheap ass vodka at the time. It was hot as hell. I had my shirt off. Like they had to stop. My engineer had to stop me from rapping. Like that's how I was in that freestyling. You know, because when you listen to the diss record, it's 3 beats. The third beat, I was freestyling. I was like, man, I ain't got nothing more written. I'm finna finish freestyling. I don't want to listen to you get punched in the mouth. Now you missing the tooth. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking of those bars and just left him, you know what I'm saying? Like annihilated him. I ain't even say those bars in the song, but I thought about that. You know what I'm saying? and took off. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, with your tall ass, you probably can't dunk the ball. I was off, man. My engineer tapping me on the leg, like, I was so thirsty to record that disc record. I went to my engineer's crib. We wasn't even in the studio. I went to his crib. He was like, man, I ain't in the studio today. I was like, man, let me come to your crib. I know you got the set up there. He's like, man, come on, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He nigga tapped me on my shoulder, on my leg, like, think enough is enough.
He already did. Let him live.
That's it. Enough is enough. When they hear this, they gonna be laughing their ass off. Yeah, so that was fun. You know what I'm saying? Bodying him and him thinking that he bodying me because he got fans and stuff like that, and he verified on Twitter and all that. Seeing him being delusional was fun. His mom tweeted me and he cut his hair. He cut his hair after the stuff. That's the stuff that I talked about in my raps. You know what I'm saying? He cut his hair and his mom tweeted me. His mom. Fun times, man. Shout out to
you know Mick, man. You know it's bad when your mama comes. It's like,
leave
my baby alone.
I'm like, you should keep your day job. You should keep your day job. That's what she said. It's funny.
This is my day job.
Yeah, this is my day job. My body just son.
Respectfully.
Real talk.
Oh man. So after all of this, what is some advice you'd give an up and coming artist that wanted to get in the game?
If you're gonna spam somebody your music, make sure it's good.
I can't. Yo, you a stand-up comedian, Vic. Keep playing around. Yo, the rap thing is a hobby thing, yo. You a comedian, dude. With the timing too, with the smoke and everything. You Dick Gregory over here. I ain't fucking with you. If you said if you going spam well, spam your best. It's interesting because oh man, I don't even know if I should. Anyway, I'm gonna say it. Like artists are starting because we do this now, right? Artists start to reach out to me, whatever, and I'm like, please send me your best 3 songs or your best project because I really don't have time to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. So from Vic to y'all, he's saying on behalf of Powaful Impak, when you spam your best shit, please. Don't half step. Take your shirt off. Have your engineer beg to shut the microphone down. That's it. Drink cheap vodka, but spit them bars. Don't half step up in here. Peace.
I send Sean Price. I spam Sean Price. That's how I know who Sean Price is. That's how Sean Price know who I am. I spammed him.
But you gave him your best, though. You put your best foot forward.
A song called "Kiss My Ass" from Spain.
Oh, forget about it. He's gonna love the title alone. He had to play.
So he went and listened to it. He's like, "Oh man, I can't front. The song's nice." And then after that, he took my phone number, and the rest was history.
Kiss my ass from Spain, respectfully, Barcelona.
You know
boom, love.
So So that's why I say that. I spam Sean Price. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna spam somebody, make sure it's your best shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Cause you don't know how many times I get DM and I'm like, what are you doing? What is you doing? You are actually sending music to somebody you don't know. So if you go send music to somebody you don't know, at least make sure it's worthy of listening to.
Exactly. Right.
So back in the day, all of you could measure an album success, you know, gold, platinum, you know, diamond, all of that. In this streaming world, it's so different. So in this world we're in now, how do you measure success?
I measure success as just doing something that you never done before, or nobody else has never done before. That's how I measure it. I feel like people, the meaning of success is outlandish to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like they thinking, you know what I'm saying, you got to get big money from your career. You got to get a nice car and house and all this stuff. Like a lot of people, they goals. I feel like, man, hearing yourself on vinyl is like one of those kind of goals that I would, you know what I'm saying, want to pitch. I feel like those are the joints that's gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? Those are the, you know what I'm saying, those the feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with the rappers of this time right now, and you ain't doing rap music, you talking about life, and you know what I'm saying, they know your kids, you know they kids. That's success. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything else, money is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even doing. I don't do music for money. I feel like the money. You know what I'm saying? When you come from karaoke machines, you ain't do it for money. You did it because you loved it. And I feel like I didn't put down the karaoke machine till like 2008, 2007. People didn't think about no fucking cassettes at that time. I still was on it, even though I still was in the booth. But I would be at home, like whenever I wasn't in the booth, whenever I felt like I wanted to take something, I will go in and do it. That's a goal. That's success to me. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, coming from that and going back and listening to where you come from, that's success to me. And me recording the same way, like I got a whole bunch of tapes that I used to record. I still got the tapes, and I look at my back catalog that's of albums that's not out right now. You know what I'm saying? And look at that, like I still got the same mentality. I had the same mentality when I wasn't in the studio putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? I rapped like I had a label, like I was part of a record company. You know what I'm saying? Or I have my own company. I carry myself like that. I feel like that's a success.
That's dope. And I miss that mentality. I miss the love of it. Because you can feel when somebody loves what they do. You know what I mean? And because when you love what you do, when you love what you do, I can tell because I want to enjoy the way you enjoy.
Exactly.
The way you felt making it is the way I feel listening to it. And that's what I got from your music. I really loved listening to every single song. So much so that I went all the way back to listen to every single song because they were all so good. And I hate that I missed out when it first came out because those kind of feelings are just hard to come by. And they were so dope.
I appreciate that. That's love.
What makes you stand out from the new batch of artists coming out? I know what makes you stand out, but what do you think makes you stand out? I mean, there's so much music flooding the airwaves, and I get more YouTube videos and listen to my song tags than the Man in the Moon. I'm serious. I get a lot. And I enjoy, I listen to whatever you send me. If you send me something, I'm going to listen to it because that's just who I am. But with all of this going on, what do you think makes you stand out?
I feel like I'm not complicated. I feel like a lot of artists try to make music and lyrics to fly over your head. We all said all of the words ever existed. It's just how we say it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of that. I feel like a lot of that is owed to the artist because I feel like as artists, we are responsible for bringing people into our world. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a listener and you being brought up, my job is done. That's how I feel like I stand out. That's one of the ways like people try to get that same connotation or that same attribute from being technical on records or you know what I'm saying, trying to do the most. Like I'm not a hard listener. I'm not one of those books that's a hard read. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what makes me stand out in the underground. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a what you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. That's another standout. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the word real is overcrowded, but I feel like I'm one of those rare breeds that really thrive off authentication. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm big on that. I'm big on being a realist. I would call my music reality rap. You know what I'm saying? That's how I stand out. Everybody else is just rapping or trying to do some photosynthesis bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm giving it raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have no conceptual records on my albums. You're gonna listen to one of my songs and learn 80 things. You know what I'm saying? Or laugh about 10 things. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the difference between me and a lot of artists right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm an easy read. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get.
Yeah, when I listen to your music, like I said, it is hardcore, but it is so fun. It's so fun to listen to you because you'll say something out the blue and I'll just bust out laughing while I just fall out laughing. I hit you in the head with 1,000 pennies. I'm like, who the hell say that?
Oh, insane.
As a matter of fact, where'd you get what? How did you think of hitting something? I remember putting quarters in the sock, but 1,000 pennies.
You know what I'm saying? I just try to be real scriptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like when like if somebody wanted to make a cartoon movie out of my music, they can do that because I paint vivid pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or funnier, you know what I'm saying? Funny ways of saying things. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep that in mind when I'm penning, when I'm crafting, for sure.
Yeah, I can tell because I was entertained the whole time. I don't care what era I was in or what year I was listening to you. I was thoroughly entertained the entire time. So dope.
Thank you.
Um, so you have the drill music and the conscious music that's normally pushed out of Chicago, right? How did you find your lane? Because your lane is totally different than most of the things that I'm hearing coming out of Chicago. What made you go in that direction?
I guess, you know, my age, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got, like, my music don't sound like Common. My music don't sound like G Herbo. My music don't sound like Lil Durk, because I still feel like Lil Durk and G Herbo is different, even though they rap over the same kind of music. I still feel like they two different. You know what I'm saying? I'm another component, you know what I'm saying? Instead of an offspring of those artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm big on how could I say it? Uh don't you know how like don't you know like how people try to be different, but
Mm-hmm.
it still sound like you biting?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I try to be something that people want to bite. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
can't bite, or something that you can't bite this. You can't touch this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you being yourself, like if you being yourself, it's hard to get bitten. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like I like artists like that's why I respected. I don't know how far back you guys go in Chicago music. EC Ella, like EC Ella was a guy that was coming up when Crucial Conflict and Do or Die was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, these guys, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, et cetera, Common, they all was on the radio. You know what I'm saying? EC Ella wasn't. He was a rebellious MC.
Mm-hmm.
And he stuck to his ground. And he
Mm-hmm.
went out like that. You know what I'm saying? He went out as a legend in my eyes for doing that, because he was an option. He was not them. He wasn't an offspring of Do or Die or Crucial Conflict. He was his own entity. And that's what something you know what I'm saying, how I feel about my music coming from the crib, coming from Chicago. I feel like I stand out. I stand out very well. You know what I'm saying? Because people listen to my music and don't think I'm from Chicago sometimes. Like, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
know you gotta know me and know that I'm from Chicago and know Chicago lingo and be like, yeah, he from Chicago. That's the Chicago nigga. You know what I'm saying? But listen to my shit, you don't get that. You don't get that Twister feel or True Conflict feel or
that Lupe
or that drill. You don't get that Lil Durk feel. You don't get it. You get Vic Spencer feel. You get the Vic Spencer feel. So that's what that's how I want to stand out when it comes to Chicago in general. You don't get the Chance the Rapper feel from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my music is different. You know what I'm saying? From everybody from the crib. You know what I'm saying? It's very standoutish. Not standoffish, standoutish.
So how did you meet Chance the Rapper?
Man, okay. A while back, I used to see Vic Mensa and a lot of his peers rapping in front of a store called Soulmates. And it was like a shoe consignment store, one of the first shoe consignment stores in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And they was like 15, 14 years old rapping. I was like, man, I was like 25 or something like that. Like, man, I was like, these kids rapping like this is crazy. It's insane. You know what I'm saying? So I started inviting them to my studio sessions. And I met Chance through Vic Mensa. You know what I'm saying? I will always meet them on Chicago Avenue to smoke. They looked at me like as the big homie that you could get up with and smoke. Like, man, I got an uncle your age, Vic, man. He won't let me smoke around him. You know what I'm saying? I got a big brother your age. You won't let me smoke around him. But they 15, 16 years old. They'll link up with me because I'm doing ill music, but at the same time, I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? I was like they first real person that's out here doing that's really with the shits that they seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the record started going with those guys. You know what I'm saying? So I met Chance through Vic Mensa, and I like Chance rhyme flow because back then he was rhyming. He wasn't no fucking singer. He wasn't no preacher or pastor or nothing like that. He wasn't none of that. He was rhyming his ass off. And I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna rock with dude. You know what I'm saying? And we had the same manager at that time, and he was like, yeah, Vic, you should put him on a record. You know what I'm saying? And I put him on a record that was already done, and you know what I'm saying? People liked it. It was cool. And then I ended up putting him on a record that MC Tree, shout out to MC Tree. He was big at the time. He asked me for a verse. I did the verse, but Chance was at that studio session. He was like, man, yo, let me jump on the hook. And there was this joint called Roses that Tree did. And you know what I'm saying? And the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know, like I was like the first guy that gave them a shot on being on somebody's album that was out here really doing some shit. Like at this time, you know what I'm saying? I was on the blogs. I was all, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of those first guys that gave them, I guess, somewhat an opportunity. I was that first crab in the barrel that they stepped over, and then they went to the next crab.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not responsible for their success, but I'm responsible for motherfuckers, you know, like if you go date back, you know what I'm saying? For those that's in the know, I was the first artist to give them a shot at being on the album. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody trying to put them niggas on the album. Like they still, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I work. I like working with artists that if they raw, I like working with artists that's unknown. I like working with producers that's unknown. You know what I'm saying? I just was listening to an album that I did, and it's full of unknown producers, but the beats raw as hell. So I like, you know what I'm saying? I like being the guy that put people like, oh man, I learned from him from Vic Spencer. You know what I'm saying? The old make me feel like I'm an OG. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things. That's how I met those guys, through rhyming and putting them on my records. You know what I'm saying? it didn't reciprocate with them because I wasn't on anything that they were doing. But you know what I'm saying? I think that's where all of the me start bodying their ass type shit. You know what I'm saying? I started bodying their asses after that. After they wasn't reciprocating that love, I started shitting on their asses. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that went. It ain't you know what I'm saying? Now everything is cordial. Like we don't speak like that. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids know who he. But my oldest daughter know who he is because he used to come to my house every day and smoke up my cigarettes and weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying, it'll be the same ever again. But you know, shouts out to those young guys doing their thing or whatever. But it just lets me know seeing all of this happen and the tables turn just let me know I'm glad that I didn't wasn't looking for them to reciprocate the love. You know what I'm saying? I expected them to, but I wasn't looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't you know how when somebody owe you money, you want them to just pay you without going to them and giving them hints and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. You know, I want a motherfucker to, man, Vic, I said I was gonna give it to you this bread back when at this time I'm giving my word. You know what I'm saying? But and that ain't happened. So once that ain't happened, I kind of like block you out low key. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still around, but I don't treat you the same no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how that is. You know what I'm saying?
I get it because I'm old school, and I just believe there's some things I shouldn't have to say.
Yeah.
It should just be. It should just be.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to say, oh man, let me get on y'all records, man. I shouldn't have to because I gave y'all that y'all should have gave me the same energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they don't owe me anything. But you could have gave me the same energy. Like, yeah, Vic, man, I remember you coming to pick me up from the crib when I was bored as hell to record. Shit, I'm finna come pick you up now, man, so we can record. You know what I'm saying? Like something, you know what I'm saying? This is just a gesture, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you see stuff like that happening, like you don't even want to be a part of people no more. Like, I'm glad that they didn't even break me as a person. Like, they could have broke me from not doing nothing with nobody else. Like, I still make music with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And they was the first taste of not reciprocating the energy that was given to them. You know what I'm saying?
So, for somebody who hasn't heard your music before, how would you define your sound and your style?
I would define myself as a funny ass witty rapper. It could be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? I would dub myself as somebody that's unfuckwittable. That's not even the word. I heard it before. Unfuckwittable. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would dub my style as, you know what I'm saying, pot of gumbo full of surprises.
Yeah,
You know
because I don't think your style is definable.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, everything is different. It's not all the same. And that's why I enjoy listening to your discography so much because I didn't feel like I was on a repeat movie that just wasn't Groundhog Day. It was just a smorgasbord of new. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, I missed this because it was just, you get a little something with no drums. You get a lot of something with some deep, heavy bass lines. You get some stuff, it was just kind of all over the place and you slid into the pocket so well. So kudos. I I just can't tell you how much I enjoyed your discography.
Yes. Thank you.
The drill scene. How did you escape that?
Yo, I'm too old for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that ain't me. I'm too old for that shit. Shit. I damn near got a bad hip. So man, shit, I ain't gonna be running with that. You know what I'm saying? I see it coming. You know what I'm saying? I seen it coming, and
Yeah.
and know that that people gravitate to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I got to just sit back and just continue to do Victor. But I feel like music in its entire, like people just do it like it's oversaturated, saturated like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people with that sound, like it's a lot of that. It's a lot of
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can get discouraged easily if you're a person like me. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, man, I've always been a guy that filled the void. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago music, in rap in general. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I feel a void. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different from all that. And I feel like that's what lasts long. Original music, original work, quality work always lasts long. You know what I'm saying? Man, you gonna play my music for 20, 30 years. That's how I feel about it. Like I feel like, man, I can play Vic Green Thumbs. That's one of my favorite albums. You know what I'm saying? Vic Green Thumbs is powerful. You know what I'm saying? And the pride and the co-production that I was doing and the direction that I was part of it. Like it taught me how to sequence and what fits here, what fits here. And, you know, I be sequencing everything I do now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a machine almost, man, because it's like I get the beats first and just black out afterwards. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody like that ain't happening. That's what makes me, you know what I'm saying, stand out from, you know, and still be here, still have relevancy in the game because I just be with the shits, with the raps, like in the production. I feel like my ear is something that's
you have a great ear for production. You have a great ear for stuff that fits you as an artist. And but was that a conscious decision? Was that how when you decided you were going to do this? Was that a conscious decision to maintain a section that wasn't occupied by anybody else?
Yeah, I always like to rap over stuff that move me, that get me, like take my soul away. You know what I'm saying? Something that made me cry, something that made me laugh, something that made me stop and pull over and write bars. Like if it got my attention, I remember I was sweeping in the crib and heard a Klondike commercial when the beat was playing. I'm like, dog, it stopped me in my tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can stop me from doing something, like if the beat that cold stop me mid conversation, to listen, that's what more that I will rap over. So if it's always something that's crazy, and I want that to reflect on the listener, because I want the listener to be like, yeah, man, you got a good ear, because really I sat down and dedicated a lot of time listening to beats. Like I be listening to beats like I'm in a studio session. Like if somebody send me 10 beats, I need like an hour to sit with those beats, even if I don't pick one up, if I don't pick none. I need to give it the attention that it deserves, because I'm rapping on it. And you know what I'm saying? It's important that I give it the best ear possible for myself. Because I don't record to not put out no more. Everything I record is coming out in some form of fashion, whether it's 5 years from now. That's, you know what I'm saying? I got an album that don't come out to 2024. Straight up. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, man, that's how I'm working. That's how I'm working right now. That's how I feel like I'm always gonna be one step ahead. I'm always gonna enjoy it because how I'm working. Consistency is everything.
There is a dope producer that we got a chance to talk to named DK. DK, the producer. I would love to hear you over some of his beats. I think that would be fire. His beats are so, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe them. They are so good. And I think that they would probably really fit your style, your the way you rap. What is your favorite Big Spencer album?
Man, I'm thinking. Okay, it's a tug of war. I feel like The Cost of Victory is my best album that I got. But I also like Duffel of Gems. Duffel of Gems is my favorite. It's my favorite album of mine. Duffel of Gems.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is from that album?
No, just in general. Your favorite song.
Shit.
That you recorded. Your song.
That you recorded.
Damn.
We asked the hard questions, Vic.
Yeah, I see. Jesus. I'm over here thinking hard as hell. It's a song I like. I like Peach Suede Couch. That's one of my favorite songs from off the Ghost of Living with Big Ghost. Peach Suede Couch. It's a fire record. It's a fire joint. I like that joint.
I can't lie, mine is Vision Wear.
Vision Wear is fire.
Oh man, I love
my top 10 joints.
I loved it. I'm telling you, I think I've listened to that song at least 12 times. Because I just keep going back to it. It is so good. And it is, I'm still trying to catch all the bars. It's important that I catch everything that you're saying. Because you said a lot. It was just bar after bar after bar. And I just keep going back to it. And every time I go back to it, there's something I miss.
Yeah.
It's dope.
I like that. I like the listener to go back and listen just to pick up, not listen and go back and be like, oh man, that flew over my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We going back to pick up like, that's cold. Yeah, that's cold. See?
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to keep going back like, oh, I didn't hear that at first. I didn't hear that the first time. So yeah. What are the singles you dropped off your latest album? And how did you pick them?
What is this?
Off of Brainstem Factory.
Brainstem Factory. Oh yeah, Brainstem Factory was my latest album. Yeah, man. I had released. You know what's crazy about Brainstem Factory? I
What?
recorded that album 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounded so up to date. It didn't sound dated at all.
That's why I feel like I'm a machine. I'm making records that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got an album that ain't coming out till like 2 years from now, but it's still gonna sound like it's like I just recorded it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it didn't sound dated at all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Brainstem Factory is different from anything that I've made because it's just focused on a lot of like the hip hop aspects. Like it's hooks all over the album. It's DJ scratches, is interludes, and everything that like an album that's not curated by Vic Spencer isn't. You know what I'm saying? So it gives me like extra landmine space in the field. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people that kind of like put me in this box where I can't make songs. You know what I'm saying? So Brainstem Factory is an album dedicated to motherfuckers that think I can't make songs. You know what I'm saying? Like I really
Mhm.
like I got songs that got 3 verses on it. Let's go back to the 3 verses. The third
Yes.
verse. You know what I'm saying? It got songs with bridges on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that Willie the Kid is the only feature on there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you know, I like who I feel like I'm a new artist to guys every time. You know what I'm saying? And then they see me on songs with Willie the Kid. It's like, yeah, I got to get in tune because
Mhm.
he must be in the loop. He must be, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's need to be considered. You know what I'm saying?
I think you should be.
If I'm
I
making
think.
an album, it got a one artist feature on it, and it's with somebody like Willie the Kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I definitely think you should be considered. I think you should be more than considered because that discography, I'm telling you, that discography is fire. I haven't hit a bomb yet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm
haven't
talking
hit
about.
anything like, oh, I'm gonna skip that yet.
That's what I'm talking about. I hope
Uh,
you keep that alive. Keep that going for you. I'm gonna keep that going for you.
so all the videos you shot, what was your favorite video shoot?
My recent video, Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We shot a montage, man. I was up to like 3 in the morning shooting the video. That shit
Oh
was
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, they had me out there digging dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like it was my first time actually shooting the video and not rapping in the video. I was acting in the video. You know what I'm saying? The song 2 minutes long, but the video 8 minutes long. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
Yeah, and Flea Lord and the Lord Mob. Shout out to the gang, Lord Mob, Flea Lord. What up?
Mm-hmm.
They came to Chicago. Flea Lord had a show. The day before the show, they pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We was in the hood, east side of Chicago, where they building the Obama Library at right now. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? We
yeah.
over there in that area. We was over there in that area shooting the video. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Late as hell, late at night. You know what I'm saying? We just outside. You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing. But it was crazy. I shout out to Taiwan Davis. That's my dog. He directed the video. And my boy Race Tack. The guys, you know what I'm saying? They just had like a brilliant idea. They wanted to like make me like this superhero type, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got the rap in the video. I got the act in the
Mm-hmm.
video. Okay, all right, cool. So I feel like that's one of my greatest experience to date. You know what I'm saying? Is doing that video.
Cool.
That's the latest video I dropped. So Earth off the charter members. I mean, not the charter. That's the same album as the charter members. Earth off Legend Laws of Power. with super original super legend. You know what I'm saying? That's what Earth off of. It's my favorite joint off that album. All my albums. If you listen to track 7 on all my albums, they're my favorite songs.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's purposeful.
That's purposeful. That's another Vic Spencer fact. Like all of the songs, track 7, like they all the track 7 for a reason.
All right. When you go into a project, how do you pick who you're going to collaborate with? You know, or your producers and your features.
A lot of times I've been doing recently. I've been doing like a lot of albums with just one producer. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my albums is collaborative albums, but I always try to work with whatever I'm feeling. So it don't even it go with that first versus who produced it. So I just like if it's raw as hell and it's a nobody, then I'm gonna put it on an album that I'm gonna have those same producers, those same line of producers. Like, don't nobody know who he is, but this beat raw as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's what my album No Shine Skimps was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a weed album, but it was a lot of songs on there with producers that I never worked with before. You know what I'm saying? But the beats was raw as hell. You know what I'm saying? Some guys I worked with, some guys that I didn't work with, but you know what I'm saying? I knew I wanted to make like a weed album that was gonna be like everybody gonna be getting high to this 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be different from all the weed albums that I heard. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I did the No Shine Skimps album. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. That's the kind of wave I'm on. I like that.
Yeah, I like psychological cheat sheet.
Psychological cheat sheet. You know what I'm saying? That's another like collaborative project, I would say. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like those kind of like my albums more than anything. But August for 9 produced all of the songs. You know what I'm saying? So so you know what I'm saying? That's another project. Like a lot of my production, you know what I'm saying, is just come from if I feel it in my heart. You know what I'm saying? That I want to do it. So 9 times out of 10, I would call it a cure. I curate the songs if it's producers that's let's say it like this: one producer got a beat and I like it. Then it's another producer that don't nobody know and I like the beat. I'm gonna put them same songs on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's what I like doing. That's what Duffel of Gems and No Shine Skimps and Things Change. I don't. Those I'd rather be a real one. Those are Bow Wounds. All those albums are like real official Vic Spencer. You get the 100% Vic Spencer because it's like I put the producers together. I put the sequence, the album, I like track by track. You know what I'm saying? Like the producers be meeting up because man, we was on the same Vic Spencer album. Like to hear that, that's beautiful. Like you know what I'm saying? I hear people say that in the industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Ninth Wonder was on the beat next to Just Blaze or somebody on the Black album. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I want to I'm thinking like that. That's how I'm getting
down. Who's some of your dream collaborations that you or features?
I want to work with Alchemist. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist is at the top of my list right now. I just want to work with Alchemist. I want to have an Alchemist album, and I want to feature. I want Yuck Mouth to be on the album. I want E.C. Illa to be on the album. I want Redman to be on the album. Like I think they'll probably be the only features on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all this time that we've been doing this show, this is the first time I heard somebody say they wanted Yuck Mouth on the album. And
yeah, I want
I
Brother
am
Lynch
so
on
glad
the
you
album
did
too.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I rock. I was a heavy West Coast Bay Area fan. You know what I'm saying? I hated when the Loonies and Too Short got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah.
was one of those kids that was disappointed in that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? But I listened to Yuck Mouth. Yuck Mouth was one of those guys when he broke off and started doing this thing, rap a lot. He made me step my bars up. You know what I'm saying? When he came out with the Thug Lord album, the double album, then he dropped that Thug Lord, the New Testament. And man, he got some heat on them albums. Lyrically. And I was like, man, yeah.
Do you listen to any Southern artists?
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen to David Banner. You know what I'm saying? I listen to old T.I., you know what I'm saying? I listen to Screwed and Chop, you know what I'm saying? Like, my ear is a pot of gumbo in itself. You know what I'm saying? I turn on Screwed and Chop Destiny Child and then turn around and play Boogie Monsters or Blowout Comb from Diggable Planets. You know
So you listen to music like me. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm never
really
in one spot too long.
Yeah, I'm really a pot of gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm listening to John Bapp. That ain't no nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm listening to Mind Design and John Bapp. This is crazy. Bapp Martian. And these guys ain't no rappers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I'm full of surprises.
Yeah, that's what I like about your discography. It was just a surprise. It was surprise after surprise. And none of it sounded I keep saying it, but none of it it was refreshing because for the past 10 years, I feel like I've been listening to the same song on a continuous loop, just sung by different artists.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing to see somebody who took the initiative to change up the game and change up their style every time they put out an album.
Yeah. I thrive on trying to, I don't force myself, but I know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have an album. If I'm gonna be sitting on albums, it's gotta be, you know, I'm always thinking like, how can I beat my last song I recorded? That's how I be thinking.
Yeah. So we've all been going through this pandemic. It was one of the equalizers of society. How did the pandemic affect you as an artist?
I think I had learned from like a lot of other people that was, you know what I'm saying, for a while wasn't nobody dropping. You know what I'm saying? When the pandemic hit, nobody wasn't dropping music. You know what I'm saying? I dropped No Sean Skimps like 420 during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I'm dropping my music, man. I don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? Like I was affected because, you know what I'm saying, I seen people that, you know, that I rock with, some of they people's passed from COVID. So I dealt with it through death, but like my job, I'm an essential worker. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I had to go check up on my kids anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was an essential worker. You know what I'm saying? During the pandemic. So, you know, I still was outside. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really affect me like that, but it affect me enough that it hurt other people that I love and rock with. So it affect me in that way. You know what I'm saying? It got me that way. You know what I'm saying? And then I had the COVID back in like it was in 2020. Yeah. So in November of 2020, I had it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I remember, like, man, shit, I don't want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I stayed my ass in my
Did
room
you lose your
until I
taste of
was better.
smell?
Hell yeah, I hated it. Like, I hated it big time. Like, man, I couldn't blaze no weed. I couldn't taste no weed. What? And I was like, man, yo, I'm not gonna ever take, you know what I'm saying, the health shit for granted. Like, I started eating better. Like, I always was like that better choice of eating, you know what I'm saying, and drinking.
Yeah.
I still be going crazy on the on the junk and stuff like that, but not crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I be crazy as hell with the shits, but
It's
you know what
never
I'm
good to
saying?
deprive yourself. You can cut back, but never deprive yourself, because
Exactly.
when
Yeah,
you
that's
get
what
a
I'm
hold
doing.
of it, you'll eat a whole bag.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Nibbling and nibbling. And you know what I'm saying? I find myself drinking more smoothies than anything.
So
And
now that
all types
things
of
are
shit.
opened up, where are you looking to travel? Like, you looking to do any shows, or where would you want to actually travel to that you haven't been?
To overseas.
Yeah.
Overseas. That's what I want to work on in the next year or two. Like,
Mm-hmm.
making sure that, you know, I can just go out there and go crazy for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Come back, regroup, do another album. You know what I'm saying? Go back out there. I want to have at least a 2 month tour
Mm-hmm.
a year, one in the States and one overseas. And they last a month. I
Mm-hmm.
would like to do that. That's something that, you know what I'm saying, I would want to do when like the world is almost opening back up. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
working on the tour for next year. You know what I'm saying? So,
Ooh.
you know what I mean? Hmm.
Yeah. Know what you mean?
Yeah. So
Uh,
that's working on that, and you know what I'm saying. Sky's the limit from there. So the overseas is definitely like knocking on the door. Like, you know what I'm saying, get your ass out there, Vic. That's what it's time it is.
so what's one thing you would want your fans to know about you that they don't know?
Uh, I like Adam Sandler I like Adam Sandler movies.
I'm so guilty. I am the same way. I am
I
the
like all
same
his
way.
movies. It's sad movies. It's had funny movies.
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore is my shit.
mine too. And the one where he played his sister, were they twins?
Nah, I might have missed that one.
Yeah, you got to see that one. It's so dope. He plays himself, and then he plays his sister also in the movie, and they have Al Pacino in that. It
Oh
is
yeah, I
so
guess.
funny. You have to watch it.
Yeah, I got. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you gotta check that one out. Um, when it's all said and done, and you hang up your mic. What do you want your legacy to be?
That I was one of the realest rappers. You know what I'm saying? I kept it real. You know what I'm saying? One of the realest that you'll ever meet. You know what I'm saying? I want that. You know what I'm saying? He was authentic. You know what I'm saying? That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Like, he was original.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Yeah,
seasonal, but he ain't act like it. You know what I'm saying? He had the
there you
Pharrell
go.
syndrome. Musically, I got the Pharrell syndrome. You know what I'm saying? and look too, because I don't look 40. So I got real syndrome going on right now. So you know what I'm saying? I kept it live. I kept it, kept the energy alive. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want to be remembered, the legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. So who are the 3 most influential people in your life? Personally or professionally? Who are the 3 most influential people who had a powerful impact on your life?
I want to think about all of them before I start saying one of them. A lot of my friends, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, you know what I'm saying? I can't just name hella friends and shit, but a lot of my friends, they know who they are, close to me, you know what I'm saying? They influential, you know what I'm saying? Because they push me, you know what I'm saying? I would say my mentor, you know what I'm saying? I had a mentor that took me in, that I call him my pops, you know what I'm saying? He took me in like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I was his pops. I mean, like I was his son. So him and I would say Sean Price and his family, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody that was close to Sean Price still showed me love, like Sean Price isn't deceased. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that got real close ties to Sean Price's wife, Rim, his kids, Billy G, you know what I'm saying? They rock with me like that. You know what I'm saying? My homie Anthony, fucking Anthony, you know what I'm saying? Like they rock with me like that. You know what I'm saying? So those people, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They keep me going. You know what I'm saying? They keep me in the game. You know, I feel like those people are the ones the music that, you know what I'm saying? Like I love my wife and my kids, you know what I'm saying? I only count them. They're like the Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my friends and my mentor and Sean Price and his family, they, you know what I'm saying? They were like a huge addition in my life.
That's a dope. When you think back on what Sean Price did for you, are you looking to do that for someone else?
Always try to, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta see it. I gotta see what Sean Price saw in me and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see it though. You know what I'm saying? That's with anything. I always try to like work with the new. You know what I'm saying? Not because I want to stay in the new. It's just because I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I can be a guy that's like a informative platform. I like that gesture. You know what I'm saying? I like that attribute about myself because it shows that I'm not selfish. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not worried about my spot being taken. You know what I'm saying? Or like I'm very comfortable with where I am musically to a point where I can be like somebody's legend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Sean Price was my legend. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got that heart to do that anyway. Just look at my career and everybody I work with. I work with a whole, like my my feature list look like one of them little things that you roll down, the little scriptures should it roll down. Like so when you know what I'm saying? Like that's
the scroll.
I want to be
Yeah.
here. I want the scroll exactly. So I want I want to be remembered in that light too. Like I was never selfish. I shared the platform, and I also kept it. I kept it G. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make it like I was being the useful tool. You know what I'm saying? I made it work. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I know I've kind of bullied this interview from from the beginning. Is there any questions you wanted to ask?
No, we good, man. We good. We good. We at the end. The last question is good. Like, do you have any shout outs or is there any projects or products you'd like to highlight, Vic, or promote or talk about at this time? The stage is yours. Do your thing.
Everything Vic Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Think I got caught on to the social media at an earlier time where I could be able to have everything be Vic Spencer. So everything Vic Spencer, you can find everything Vic Spencer. Facebook Vic Spencer, SoundCloud Vic Spencer, Bandcamp Vic Spencer, Apple Music Vic Spencer, Spotify Vic Spencer, Twitter Vic Spencer, Instagram Vic Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Like everything Vic Spencer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can. I'm easy to find. You know
And that's what I'm gonna put in the description. You want to follow Vic Spencer? Everything at Vic Spencer.
Everything at Vic Spencer. That is a fact.
I really thank you so much for coming on. This has been a pleasure. I so enjoyed every moment of listening to your music. I think people will probably think I'm just saying this because you won't hear, but I am so serious. Check out his discography. You will not be disappointed from beginning to end. Check it out. Follow him. Give him the props he deserved because I think your music is notable on more than one level, and people need to tap in and tap in and tap in again. All right, this is SP with Powaful Impak, and we'll see you on the flip side. Now,
boom. Vic has made a powerful impact. We've made a powerful impact. Now you go out there and make a powerful impact. Peace, 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 peace. Boom.